If you have ever asked this out loud and never got a satisfying answer, this one is for you. Ever wonder why your energy bill doubles in July or January? It isn't just about the temperature outside, it's about the Earth's tilt changing how much energy hits your roof. Today, we're breaking down the science of seasons so you can better manage your home, your garden, and your wallet. Alright, let's start with the real-world problem. This is the part that helps you understand what is actually going on before you spend money on insulation or landscaping. Many people think we have seasons because the Earth gets closer to the sun in the summer. In reality, the Earth is actually closest to the sun in January, during the Northern Hemisphere's winter. If distance were the key, the whole planet would have summer at the same time, which we know isn't true. Understanding this helps you realize that the intensity of light is more important than the distance of the source. The real culprit is the Earth's axial tilt, which sits at about 23.5 degrees. As we orbit the sun, this tilt means one hemisphere is leaning toward the sun while the other leans away. This isn't just a space fact, it's why the sun's path across your backyard changes every single month. If you're planning a solar panel installation, this tilt is the single most important variable for your return on investment. Think of a flashlight. When you point it straight at a wall, the light is bright and concentrated, but when you tilt it, the same amount of light spreads out and dims. In summer, the sun is high and hits your roof directly, packing a massive heat punch. In winter, that same energy is spread over a larger area, which is why it feels weaker even on a clear day. This is why south-facing windows are so valuable for natural heating in the winter. When the sun is at a low angle during winter, its rays have to travel through more of the Earth's atmosphere to reach you. This extra air scatters more of the heat and light before it hits your windows. This is a major reason why morning and evening sun feels cooler than midday sun. For homeowners, understanding this helps in choosing where to plant shade trees to block the most intense, direct rays. Now that we know why the light changes, let's look at how that affects your home's performance and your monthly bills. In the Northern Hemisphere, the sun is always in the southern sky, but its height changes with the seasons. South-facing windows can provide passive solar gain, heating your home for free during the winter when the sun is low. However, if you don't have proper coverings, these same windows can overheat your house in the summer. It's a trade-off that requires smart blinds or specific window coatings to manage effectively. A well-designed roof overhang is a mechanical solution to a seasonal problem. Because the summer sun is high, a specific overhang length can shade your windows completely during the hottest months. In the winter, when the sun is lower, those same rays pass right under the overhang to warm your floors. If you're building or remodeling, checking these angles can save you thousands in cooling costs over the years. Materials like concrete, brick, and tile act as thermal batteries by soaking up seasonal heat. During a sunny winter day, a tile floor hit by direct sunlight will store that energy and release it slowly at night. In the summer, you want to keep that same mass shaded so it stays cool and helps regulate the indoor temperature. Understanding this helps you choose the right flooring for rooms that get heavy seasonal sun exposure. Seasons dictate the life cycles of everything in your yard. Knowing the why helps you avoid losing expensive plants to early frosts or summer heat. Plants don't just react to temperature, they actually measure the length of the day to know when to bloom or drop leaves. This is called photoperiodism, and it's triggered by the Earth's tilt changing the ratio of light to dark. If you use artificial outdoor lighting near certain plants, you might accidentally trick them into thinking it's the wrong season. This can lead to stunted growth or plants failing to harden off before winter hits. Many gardeners rely on average frost dates, but the tilt of the Earth creates a lag between light and temperature. Even though the days start getting longer in late December, the ground continues to lose heat for months, leading to late-season freezes. Don't be fooled by a few sunny days in March. The thermal mass of the Earth takes time to catch up to the sun's position. Always check your local soil temperature before planting expensive annuals. Understanding your USDA hardiness zone is the best way to avoid wasting money at the nursery. These zones are based on the average annual minimum winter temperature, which is a direct result of your latitude and the Earth's tilt. If you buy a Zone 7 plant but live in Zone 5, The seasonal tilt will eventually bring a cold snap that the plant simply isn't built to survive. Always match the plant's genetics to your local seasonal extremes. Seasonal shifts put different stresses on your home's structure. Here's what you should observe to avoid major repair bills. As seasons change, water trapped in brick, concrete or pipes expands and contracts. This cycle is what causes potholes in roads and cracks in your driveway or foundation. If you see small cracks in the autumn, it's vital to seal them before the winter tilt brings freezing temperatures. Ignoring these small signs can lead to structural failures that cost tens of thousands to fix once the spring thaw hits. The high-angle summer sun doesn't just heat your home, it pummels your roof and deck with intense UV radiation. This causes materials like shingles and wood stains to break down much faster than they do in the winter. If your roof is nearing the end of its life, the transition into the high sun season is when you'll see the most rapid deterioration. It's often cheaper to recoat a deck in late spring than to replace rotted wood 2 years later. Seasons bring predictable patterns of debris, from spring pollen to autumn leaves. Clogged gutters during a seasonal transition are a recipe for basement flooding or roof leaks. When the Earth's tilt brings the rainy season to your area, your drainage system needs to be at 100% capacity. Checking your downspouts before the first seasonal storm is a zero-cost way to prevent massive water damage. Finally, let's look at how the seasons work differently depending on where you're on the globe, which is crucial for travel and business. If you're booking a summer vacation in Australia during July, you're going to be very disappointed to find it's actually winter there. Because of the 23.5-degree tilt, the seasons are perfectly flipped between the northern and southern hemispheres. This creates unique opportunities for shoulder season travel where you can find lower prices by moving between hemispheres. Just remember that their peak summers is your dead of winter. Near the equator, the sun's angle doesn't change much throughout the year, so they don't have traditional spring, summer, fall and winter. Instead, they experience wet and dry seasons based on how the tilt affects global wind patterns and moisture. If you're planning a trip to the tropics, don't check the temperature, check the rainfall charts. The temperature might be 85 degrees year-round, but the seasonal rain can ruin a trip if you're unprepared. These 4 days a year mark the extremes of the Earth's tilt. The solstices are the longest and shortest days, while the equinoxes are the 2 days when day and night are nearly equal everywhere. These aren't just for calendars, they're the best times to evaluate your home's light exposure. Marking where the sun hits your floor on the winter solstice tells you exactly where your maximum natural heat gain will be. That's the practical version of what matters most about our seasons. The big idea is to understand the problem of light angles, compare the right details for your home, and avoid rushing into an expensive decision like a roof replacement or a landscaping overhaul without this context. If this helped you understand why your environment changes and how to save some money, like and subscribe for more practical guides that help you compare costs, understand your home, and make better decisions with more confidence. Share this with someone who always asks the interesting question in the room.